In the land of Uz there lived a man named Job. He was blameless, upright, and wealthy. He feared God and turned away from evil. Job was blessed with 7 sons and 3 daughters, and he owned vast flocks of sheep, camels, oxen, and donkeys. He was the greatest man among all the people of the East. One day the angels came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan, the accuser, also came with them. The Lord said to Satan, "Have you considered my servant Job? There is no one on earth like him. He is blameless and upright, a man who fears God and shuns evil." "Does Job fear God for nothing?" Satan replied. "Have you not put a hedge of protection around him and his household and everything he has?"
Prosperity. You have blessed the work of his hands. But take away your protection, and he will surely curse you.
You have blessed the work of his hands, so that his flocks and herds are spread throughout the land, Satan argued. But now stretch out your hand and strike everything he has, Satan challenged, and he will surely curse you to your face. The Lord said to Satan, "Very well then, everything he has is in your power, but on the man himself do not lay a finger." Disaster struck Job immediately. First, raiders stole his oxen and donkeys, and the servants were killed. Then a fire from God fell from the sky and burned up his sheep and the servants with them. Next, raiders stole all of Job's camels and killed the servants. Finally, as his children were feasting, a mighty wind struck the house and it collapsed, killing all 10 of them. When Job heard this, he tore his robes and shaved his head. He fell to the ground, not in anger, but in worship. He said, "Naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I will depart. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. May the name of the Lord be blessed." In all this, Job did not sin by charging God with wrongdoing. Satan returned to God. "Skin for skin," he said. "A man will give all he has for his own life, but strike his flesh and bones, and he will curse you." The Lord said, "Very well, he is in your hands, but you must spare his life." So Satan afflicted Job with painful sores from the soles of his feet to the crown of his head. Job sat among the ashes, scraping his agonizing sores with a broken piece of pottery. His wife said to him, "Are you still maintaining your integrity? Curse God and die." Job replied, "You are talking like a foolish woman. Shall we accept good from God and not also accept trouble?" In all this, Job did not sin with his lips.
Job's 3 friends, Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar, heard of his troubles and came to comfort him. When they saw him, they hardly recognized him. They sat with him on the ground in silence for 7 days and 7 nights, for they saw that his suffering was very great. Finally, Job broke the silence. He cursed the day of his birth, lamenting his suffering and questioning why he was ever born. This began a long philosophical debate. Job's friends insisted that his suffering must be a direct punishment for some secret sin. Eliphaz argued that the innocent do not perish. Bildad claimed God is just and that Job should repent. Zophar accused Job of hiding his iniquity. Job maintained his innocence. He argued that the wicked often prosper while the righteous suffer. He felt abandoned by God and longed to plead his case. "If only I knew where to find him," Job cried. "I would state my case before him. But he is hidden from me." A younger man named Elihu then spoke. He rebuked both Job and his friends. Elihu argued that suffering is not always a punishment. He suggested God uses it to refine a person, to teach, and to draw them closer to Him. After Elihu finished, the Lord finally answered Job, but he spoke from the heart of a powerful whirlwind. God did not explain the reason for Job's suffering. Instead, He challenged Job's understanding of the universe. "Who is this that obscures my plans with words without knowledge? Brace yourself like a man. I will question you, and you shall answer me. Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? Tell me if you understand. Who marked off its dimensions? Surely you know." God questioned Job about the sea, the dawn, the stars, the snow, and the rain. He spoke of the mountain goats, the wild donkey, the powerful behemoth, and the fierce, untamable Leviathan. God's point was clear. His wisdom and power are far beyond human comprehension. Job's perspective was impossibly small. Job was silenced and humbled by the majesty of God's creation. He realized his own ignorance in the face of such infinite wisdom. Job replied to the Lord, "I am unworthy. I have spoken of things I did not understand, things too wonderful for me to know. My ears had heard of you," Job said, "but now my eyes have seen you. Therefore I despise myself and repent in dust and ashes." The friends did as the Lord commanded, and Job's integrity was affirmed by God Himself. The Lord then restored Job's fortunes. He blessed the latter part of Job's life more than the first. He gave Job twice as much as he had before: 14,000 sheep, 6,000 camels, 1,000 yoke of oxen, and 1,000 donkeys. He also gave Job 10 more children, 7 sons and 3 new daughters. His daughters were said to be the most beautiful in all the land. Job lived a long life, seeing his children and grandchildren to the 4th generation. He died old and full of days, his faith tested, refined, and proven.